right now is you have to just relax. You have to relax and just simply just be present to this moment. Just simply be aware of your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, whatever the situation is that you deemed unacceptable, still saying present, but whatever the situation that you deemed unacceptable, just simply allow those thoughts to pop up, but stay present. Don't get caught up in the story. I'm just triggering them by that situation that you judged yourself, said that you were in the wrong, said that you were accountable for this action and that you have to pay, that you should be punished. Just simply watch those thoughts. And just be present to any of the feelings that come up with it. And just continue to stay present by keeping the attention on the body. And just continue to relax the body more and more. Whatever feels sharp, just allow it to soften. Whatever feels heavy, just allow it to lighten. Whatever feels tense, just allow it to relax. Just simply be with the sensation. Now, whatever happened in the past, just let it go. Nothing to do. That it's accepted. It's done. It doesn't serve you anymore. That you're at peace with whatever has happened. That you're simply just remaining present in whatever these thoughts or feelings that are arising. You're just aware of them. They're just simply thoughts or feelings. Just feeling anything that arises fully. Just remaining as the open space that these thoughts and feelings arise in. Just embracing everything. Everything is allowed. Everything is accepted. That you're allowed to feel the way you are. You're allowed to experience the thoughts that are arising. Everything is allowed in the space that you are. Nothing needs to be rejected. Nothing needs to be judged. That this is a safe space that embraces everything. And you're just simply being with whatever is arising. Just watching it. You are this awareness, this presence that's present with the thoughts and the feelings, present to the sensations in the body. You're just simply aware of this pop up, thoughts, feelings, perhaps an image, but you're detached from it. There's a distance between you and these thoughts and these feelings. There's a distance between you and this image. It's just a memory. It's nothing but a cluster of thoughts and feelings. There's no need to continue to recreate it. There's no need to continue the story. Because you're distant from it, because you're detached from these thoughts and feelings. You simply notice that you don't have to pick them back up. This okayness that you're experiencing right now, this peace that you're experiencing right now, is what you are, that everything is okay. That you are peace. So just be at peace with these thoughts. Be at peace with these feelings. Bring the thoughts and the feelings closer to you. You are the peace, and you're simply embracing these thoughts and feelings as if you're pulling them into you, making peace with them, accepting them. Any sensations in the body, just feel them. That you're just this warm, open presence that's just wrapping around the sensation like a blanket. That you're just absorbing the sensation, dissolving it, melting it. And notice how everything is becoming softer, slower, more subtle. And that there's no more thoughts and feelings. There's just simply peace. There's no more you in the situation. There's just the presence of peace. Okay, go ahead and open up your eyes. Does it feel like something dissolved, melted, let go of?
I
Yeah,
saw it as just a story. Yeah.
That something's okay now?
yeah, it seems so unimportant, but
Yeah,
not like get out of here. Just like, oh yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
right, right. Because get out of here would be a resistance to it. It'd be a pushing away.
Hmm.
That's what you're used to doing. That's
Yeah,
why I said it's like it's more of that you're bringing it closer. You're including it. You're embracing it. You're pulling it closer to you. There's nowhere for it to go.
yeah,
So it's an acceptance. It's through acceptance that you're including it. And now you're not trying to get rid of something that's you're experiencing in that you gotta tell me in that experience you're not feeling like this fragmented between there's situation that I need to get rid of that I can't live with anymore that I just can't bear to then it feeling like yeah like I'm okay with what happened. I'm at peace with it.
Yeah.
Feels like you can move on from it. Like you're not.
yeah.
Yeah,
Was
there was
that,
a few.
go ahead.
That's helpful, and that's kind of how I've felt. There's been times where I've gotten caught up in it, trying to get past staying present and kind of letting it sit, where you kind of just start chasing after it, and then almost like you don't want to sit with it because it just brings you back to that.
Right,
But recently it hasn't been that. But that's where I
right,
was saying, you were saying it might be that I was just getting distracted too often.
right. So just reflect on what was different in that meditation to how you usually feel the feelings. Notice how it was different this time.
Hmm.
Totally different for me. Like it's night
In
and
what
day.
way, Luke, if you know, if you can try and
Like,
express it?
yeah, it's tough, but I mean, it's just that like those negative feelings come up, and it's like instantly I'm just like, you know, sort of like mad and like this, like that's stupid, like, and then I either like get like mad or get caught up in the story and then feel like bad in some way, just like, oh man, like if only that wasn't the case, or
Yeah,
Right.
like, you know,
So
like a play by
notice,
play.
yeah, the play by play. So
yeah,
notice how just in that little guided meditation, notice how you weren't creating the story. Notice how you weren't
that's
stuck
right.
in the story. Notice how there was just more of a rawness to it, that it just felt like without the story. Something was, it's like something that's usually there was not there anymore.
That's right.
Right. So that's what I said. It's like you come out of the it's like you drop down from the head down more into the body, and you feel the sensation of it. It feels more visceral, and it's like up here is the story. So you drop down into the body, just start feeling the breath, start feeling like the muscles, the sensations of the body, and you're just trying to explore this. Not trying, but you're just exploring this. You're just being present with the body. And I just asked you a couple questions, just let some shit pop up and just remain as you are. So just remain as the presence that's present to the body. This takes you out of the story. It strips the story. The story is what makes feeling your feelings hard,
Hmm.
right? But without the story, look how easy it is. Was it hard?
No,
No.
I think
Was there like a lot of shit to do?
no, I think in the
No.
past, if somebody said, oh, like you gotta feel, like you gotta just feel these feelings, I would almost interpret that as like, oh, I gotta go do the play by play. Like I gotta go back into the story and like do the endless play by play, and that's feeling the feelings.
No, that's what you're
But
used to. That's thinking about feelings,
hmm.
right? That's what you're used to, is you're used to thinking, not feeling.
Yeah.
But I wasn't interested in you thinking about it. I just asked a couple things, just let them pop up just to trigger that, just to agitate, just to stir it up. It's like I poked it, right? I wanted to trigger, poke it. Let that situation come up.
Yeah.
Now then it's like, but now I'm not, don't get pulled into a story. So I get you to divert the attention more to the body, allows you to remain more it helps you be more present, because the story has a pull to it. The sensations in the body, they don't, you said it, you notice it doesn't have this, it doesn't have a pull. It didn't feel like you got pulled in. Notice how a story always feels like it's like a tornado and you get pulled into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's much easier to just feel the sensations of the body. There's no story with it. It just feels raw. Any even thoughts that I just kind of add on after, like, oh, it's tight, or it's sharp, those are just thoughts. But really it's not even that. It's almost just an intensity. It's just a like a vibration feeling. You're just present with that. And it's just the patience. It's just, you just remain present, and it just basically just starts this like disintegrating, dissolving. that you're just like, you're basically just actually present to it before you're not present to it,
Mhm.
right? So it makes it a lot easier to do that. But there you go. It's like the actual, like the practice of it. That's what you do now. And it's not a doing. You're being present. But that's the see, this is where it's like the language, it's not a technique, right? Because a doing is a technique.
Yeah.
But I just walked you away from the trap that you're always used to. You're always used to going right to the head. That's what I said. Not today. Let's go down to the body. Drop into the body more. That's what felt different. You're like, oh, okay. Now I see. Yeah, because I'm always thinking about my feelings. But this time I didn't go up. It felt like I dropped down. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a different route. You're always used to going up. I said, let's go down, drop down into the body. Of course, we're just talking about this relative, but it helps with this stuff right now. Instead of going up, drop down. And instead of being so, interested in the story, it's like, look, it's like I was just telling you, like, pay attention to the breath, pay attention to the body, the sensations. It's like nothing about the story, nothing about who's right or wrong, or he did this, she did that. That's what you're used to doing. So you avoid the whole story altogether. And ironically, you actually feel what's here. It's the story that keeps you away from feeling what's here. And because you haven't felt it, it just continues to remain. So that's how you feel your feelings. That's how you process that stuff. That's why, like I said, after you're like, I'm like, yeah, like it might just feel like more of like at peace, more okay. Maybe something like dropped or left or felt released. But notice how like you didn't like, take out the trash. You didn't try and like throw something away. It didn't feel like you used force. But notice how you usually go about feeling stuff forcefully.
Yeah.
Right? But it's this gentle, it's a soft, as I said, it's like a warm blanket. You're just absorbing it. It's like, it feels like it's just this flowiness that then wraps around it, embraces it, pulls it closer. It's very gentle. Yeah. It's not force. And you're used to force. You're always like, get out of here. Like, I don't want to feel angry. Get out of here. Like, it's the pushing. It's like you're fighting it. You're struggling. You're fighting with your feelings instead of feeling them. And the fighting with the feelings is usually a thought that then says, this feeling has got to go. And that's all it is. That's all you're experiencing. But instead, it was more of this like absorbing, and it was like at the end, where was the feeling? Didn't it disappear?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I don't know. It was
like, where'd it go?
It was never there almost, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it wasn't even there. It's like it totally, where is it? And then what were you left with? What was there? If the feeling wasn't there, then what is there? If at first you experience something arise, like, is this play by play of the meditation? Did you experience something arise? Did you feel like something kind of surfaced? Did you feel like there was kind of this inclusion of that, this surrounding it, this almost kind of engulfing it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Luke, okay.
Yeah.
Now, so that experience, that was an experience. There's something that was here, something that wasn't here. Now it's here. And there was this kind of feeling like, now after that experience was gone, what was it that remained? If you weren't experiencing the feeling, then what were you experiencing after the feeling ended? If the feeling came and it went, what were you feeling after it came and went?
I don't really know. Just stillness, like
Just
sort of
yourself,
like
basically.
yeah. It was just this like awareness that was around this thing, and then now it's the thing's gone, but the awareness is still there, and it
Right.
was just like, I guess,
Right.
yeah, it's like peacefulness, like
Mm-hmm.
Was there like a Luke Mitchell? Was there like a story? Was there a Luke Mitchell and his friends?
no,
Was there like someone that was like, 5'9", 160 pounds? None of that, right? So you're saying that there was this feeling that was present, the feeling appeared, the feeling disappeared, and you experienced that feeling. You experienced it come, you experienced it go, and there was no who you think you are
hmm
in the midst of all of that, even in the midst of the feeling.
yeah,
It was just, you could say it was an awareness of pure energy, if we're going to give it some names.
it was like I could see that the problem or the story was a part of who I thought I was, and then it just kind of disappeared, and there was no problem
Yeah,
with it being
yeah,
like not there.
exactly. So who are you without the story?
No, nobody, like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
nothing.
Did that feel disappointing? Did it feel good or bad?
No, it feels good. It feels like almost funny.
Yeah.
You just see how much energy that goes into something that's
Was there,
not core.
Yeah,
without that story, wasn't there a sense of freedom?
yeah.
Wasn't it freeing to be without the story?
hmm
Yeah.
When you see it like that and see, oh, who I think I am is actually this story of what happened, and it's like this past, and it's like this timeline, and that's what I take myself to be. And it's like, well, when that story didn't even show up, and there's just the raw sensation and the awareness of that raw sensation, and then when that raw sensation comes to an end, when it disappears, and there's just the awareness, and I say, well, what is aware? Is it you?
Yeah,
So you're just
Has to
left
be.
with yourself. When I say, what were you left with? It was just you.
yeah,
It's you without any objects. That feeling was objectified. It was an object.
yeah,
When
yeah.
that object appeared and disappeared, then it's just pure subjectivity.
No
And what is
thing.
aware? It's you, nothing other
Yeah.
than you. Was there anything else there?
Little remnant of a thought or two,
Uh-huh.
but comes and goes.
And you were problem free, or you're full of problems?
Problem free.
Problem free. So without the story, you're problem free, no suffering, at peace.
hmm
Seems pretty good,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right? So, and look how easy that is. Now, was it scary?
no.
No, yeah, no.
So you see that that's always available. That's what you are, and you can experience yourself just like that.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, but it's like, just look at the habit is like you always go up. As I said, like if you can just put the attention on the body more and use that as like the way to step, you don't really step back, but to relax into the body and to relax into, it's like, didn't you feel like you're kind of going backwards?
Mm-hmm.
It's this relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. It's this feeling like everything is withdrawn. You're withdrawing from all of that other, withdrawing from the story, withdrawing from the thoughts, withdrawing from the feeling. It's like, now what's left? There might be the feeling of like nodding off, like you're falling asleep.
Hmm.
But you'll notice that just even right there is like, there's not sleep. Like there's something that can't turn off,
Right. Yeah.
right? It's like you turned off the thoughts, like one by one. It's like the thoughts turned off. Okay. The feelings, okay, turn those off. Like you're not actually doing them, they're just turning off. And then there's something that can't be turned off. Isn't that you?
Mm-hmm.
You're the only one that can confirm this, right? See it as this. I can't confirm it for you. It's your, this is your direct experience. It's only you that can confirm it. That when all this shit was absent, what was still present? What was it that remained?
Yeah, it was nothing.
Nothing.
And me, no
But it's
thing.
you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, aren't you the nothing? Aren't you that no thing?
Mm-hmm.
You are. So that's what you are. Now, look how freeing that is, to always believe that you're something.
Hmm.
And now to realize that, oh, what a relief. You're relieved of your duty of being something. You
Yeah.
got the free pass now. Can you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Can you sense that there's this relief, a release? You're released from being something. This guy in the story, I showed you, let me relieve you of this role. You're not that guy. Look, when the story's not there, the role doesn't even exist. The role only exists because of the story. When that story wasn't present, the role wasn't present either. Meaning who you think you are was not a thing. It's like this game that you're playing, and like the coach calls you off the court. Hey, you're relieved. Get up, sit on the bench. And you're so tired of playing the game, you're like, oh, thank God he called me off, because I really I needed that change. So it's this relief. It's a feeling of, wow, like that felt so serious.
Yeah.
Can you sense into this? Are you feeling it?
Mm-hmm.
That without that story, I'm actually absolutely free. To realize that you are no thing is freedom. And then I show you a little further, to realize that you are everything is love. But you have to realize that you're no thing before you realize that you're everything, in this two-step kind of process, you can say. So the shift is, you have always believed that you're something. So you shift from something to no thing. And then you realize that no thing is also everything. So you're simultaneously nothing and everything. But the relief comes from believing that you're something. The something is always dependent on the story. You just experienced that without the story, something doesn't even exist. But what does exist is no thing. Right? When the something disappeared, what remained was no thing. Now, what confirmed that no thing was experienced?
Me.
Because isn't the experience of no thing an experience?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is it that experienced that?
The experiencing of it. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know. It's hard to talk. It's
it's
hard
like a
to.
reflection of it.
Yeah.
Okay. But in other words, isn't it you?
Yeah.
Weren't you experiencing no thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are experiencing no thing, then it must be that you're just it's only you. This is becoming aware of yourself. Right? The story's gone. All of the shit was gone. It's just what's left. You look around, it's like, there's nothing here. But the one that's saying there's nothing here is the no thing.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a you that's experiencing no thing. No thing is experiencing itself. There's at that point, there's not two. That's non-dual. Not two. It's just one. The one without a second. There was no object. It was just the subject, which is you. That's why it's a subjective experience. It's not an objective experience. It's a unique experience. There's no other experience like it. Because everything else that you've experienced has always been objective. There's a computer, there's a plant, there's a microphone, there's a light. These are all objects. Here's a thought, here's a feeling, here's a sense, here's a perception. These are all objects. Now, when all that vanished, I said, what are you left with? You're like, it's like, you're like, I don't know. I'm not used to that. There's nothing. Yeah, nothing except for you, which is the no thing. That's what's reporting it. If nothing was around, if nothing else was experienced,
That's
well, then that means that there was still experiencing. That's what you can't shut off. There was just nothing objective to experience. So what it was a subjective experience or non-objective experience. There's no you and other, right? You and thought, you and other, you and feeling, you and other, you and sense perceptions, you and other. So when all of the otherness disappeared, it vanished, what you were left with was just you. That's how you don't, I can't tell you, you experienced it. It's your direct experience. You confirm. It's self-revealing. It's self-evident.
Yeah.
Only you can confirm. You don't have to look to any authority or anything. Who else would know?
yeah, I see that.
So what are you experiencing, Luke? It looks like you're kind of
Funny.
You're laughing. It's funny.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. it's all just ever. I was taking it so seriously.
Yeah. So you
Mm,
so you're experiencing a
I don't
little bit
have
of
to.
the humor, the laughter, like, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of almost feels like it's like a joke.
Yeah, sort of.
Like in the sense like how did you it's like how did that even happen where I just like I took it so serious? How did I believe to
Yeah,
do
like
that?
it was so grave. It's so serious. And then it's like, oh, I just, it was just a story that I was identifying with. Like, and then it, you know, dissolved. And I could tell that it was like, it, I could tell that it was like
False.
who I thought I was. Like, it was like a part of like my identity
Yeah,
dissolving.
yeah,
But when it dissolved, I wasn't like, oh no, oh no. It was just like,
yeah,
ha, it got me again.
yeah, yeah. Now this no thingness, did it just arrive?
No.
It's it's been here all along. You see how this is nothing new? Nothing new got added to you. You didn't acquire anything. You didn't achieve anything. It's like I said, it's like everything we just it like kind of disappears. And what is it that remains? You. But you as what? You as no thing. All the some things, the thought is a thing, the feeling is a thing, the sense is a thing, the perception is a thing, the story is a thing. All those things disappeared. And what was revealed was no thing, which is you.
Yeah.
But you see how you can't see yourself? You can't see no
Hmm.
thing in the same way
Hmm.
I can see this plant, I can see the computer. You can like see a thought, you can see a feeling. It like seeing is like the awareness of it, but it's like you can see it objectively. But what you are can't be seen objectively. But it's self-awareness that you're aware of yourself. Now that no thingness, you, isn't it still here?
Hmm. Can't go anywhere.
It can't go anywhere. What if it gets covered up by those things again? What if the thoughts come back and the feelings come back and the story comes back?
To go back to your breath and your sense of presence.
Can you forget this experience?
No.
Does this feel like something that you're going to forget tomorrow?
Mm, it's happened before. I hope not. I mean, I don't think so.
So like I said, you can keep coming back to yourself like that, where you're here right now, so you can experience yourself, and it just becomes easier and easier to remain as that instead of identifying as something. Because you see, that's what's happening. Believing yourself to be something. But isn't that experience, the experience that you just had, wasn't it clear that you are no thing?
Mm-hmm.
Or not that clear?
It's pretty clear.
Do you still have some doubts? Do you still feel like,
I don't think so.
I want to see that again? Like, I'm not too sure. Like, I don't know if I saw it.
Seems pretty solid.
Yeah. So can you go back to believing that you're something?
No. No, but it does appear as though I can try and suffer for it.
If you want to, I mean, go for it if you want to.
Yeah, I don't want to.
What about you, James? Does it feel like you can? Does it feel like that belief in being separate, like as a something? Does that feel like it's still strong, or does it feel like you can't
Feels pretty weak.
It feels pretty weak. Yeah.
It just feels like I can compare it to when you're spending so much time on a task that uh, isn't actually benefiting you, but you just get lost in it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I can do with a lot of things, but it's something inherently we all do, I guess, with believing in the identity.
Okay.
You just get lost in it.
Yeah.
So that was just like picking out one thing and saying, this is something that we were fearing,
Yeah.
and you make light of it. So it just feels like nonsensical to let believe in it again, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you see that it was just a belief?
Yeah. Like I can feel, even if I immediately want to go back, there's nothing there. Then go back to what we just went and kind of diffused.
Yeah. Luke, what about you? Does it feel like, yeah, I can go back to believing being a something, but now it feels like more imagination.
Yeah, it feels more imagination for
Yeah.
sure. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like, I mean, if I'm being honest and realistic, I feel like some series of events will happen that will draw me back into it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not trying to.
Yeah. You don't know.
I
You don't know if it's like permanent. You're like, I don't know. Like it was a good glimpse.
yeah, and I don't.
But
Yeah, I don't know if I'm psyching myself out or not, but I think it's safe to say that, you know, some shit's gonna go down that'll draw me back into the.
yeah. Yeah, that's good. So this is, so you see, simultaneously you saw what you aren't. That I'm not the story.
Yeah.
This is your direct experience, that I'm not Luke Mitchell. I'm not whatever, how old, how how tall, how much you weigh, your past, your future. Like, where was your past? Where was your future? Gone.
Gone.
Right? So you're not your name, you're not your form, you're not your past, you're not your future. You're not these characteristics, these physical characteristics. You're not like a musician, you're not like a drummer, you're not like a videographer. Because in your direct experience, all that shit wasn't even there. All that shit disappeared, except for you.
It's so freeing. And why am I trying to collect these titles and stuff? It's like feels great to not to just let go of it.
Hmm.
Exactly. Exactly. So you just keep coming back to that experience because that's what you're just not familiar with yourself. You're not familiar with no thing. You're more familiar with something. But I just showed you it's not scary. You're already it. You don't have to make some jump to transform into something. You're all it's like you're just fucking moving shit out of the way to just show you. I'm just showing you what's obvious. Hey, look, right here. This is you. This, nothing. You're like, ah, I am that already. I didn't have to become it. I didn't create it. I didn't have to do some development work. I didn't have to build myself up. It already is.
Yeah.
Right? So it's already the case.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
already no thing. It's revealing the truth. You're all this is what you already are. So you're already free. You just said you're like, oh, it was so free. Like, why am I picking up all these titles and labels and shit? You're like, it was so free without it. You're already free. You are already what you are. That's why it's a realization. You're just realizing. You're like, it's like that, aha, like, oh, this is how it is? Yes.
Mhm.
So what was all the other stuff?
I don't even know.
That's
Projection.
that's like that's like waking up, right? From a dream. I'm in the bed. This is how it is. What was all the other shit? Where is it? Where's the story? Where's who I thought I was? Does it have a feeling like it's falling away, sliding through your fingers like a dream? Go back into the story. Doesn't it feel weird? It feels just like waking up from a dream where I say, you had a good dream, you got rich in your dream, you woke up, go back there. Uh, uh, you can't go back. You can't. Well, let me just pick up where I left off. Try it. How can you unsee it? Because you're seeing the illusion. You're seeing the illusionary self. You're seeing through it. The me that I believe to be, you're seeing through it. You're seeing through that it's not actually, it's not here. When I was here, it was nowhere to be found. The name, the form, the height, the weight, the past, the future, the goals, the ambition, the grudge, the trauma, the job, the girlfriend. Where was all that? Gone. Now, what are you without all of that? Well, in one word, freedom. And I'm saying that's just how it is. It's already like that. You are already freedom. And you are so free, you allow yourself to dream to be something that you're not.
Mm.
That's how free you are. It's just like a dream at night, in the sense that you're so free to dream whatever the fuck you want. You can dream getting chased by a lion. And when you wake up from the dream, it's the same experience. Whew, what a relief. You were released from this role of being chased by a lion. You were relieved that there's no lion. I'm not actually getting eaten. I'm at rest. I can rest now because I'm not running from the lion. I'm not trying to run for my life. But what was that lion made of? What was the lion? Where was that character? What was that dream? The safari? What was it all? It is all my imagination. All of it. The whole thing. In the dream, you're the guy running, you're the lion, and you're the safari. You're all of it.
I gotta jump off, guys.